co-pilot, you're my co-pilot. When I say
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings, preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jesse K. Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
Greetings and welcome back to yet another transformative episode of the Kingdom Business Network. Now, this is your trusted platform for empowering entrepreneurs and business leaders. My name is Enock, Kitondekijja, your host, and I'm so privileged to journey with you as we build businesses that solve real problems, create wealth that transcends generations, and transforming communities. Previously, we were talking about data. We're able to unfold everything, the fundamentals you need to know about data. With an expert, we're able to have a checklist that every strategic smart business needs to have for you to secure your business. And today we take the conversation on another level. The business space has changed. Your customer contacts are digital. Your financial records are digital. Your marketing, your communication is digital. The question is, what if your computer crashed today? What if you lost your phone? What if you lost your data? Does that mean the end of your business? Or you have to start all over again? We are talking about data storage and data backup. And we have an expert in the building. Mr. Kali was with us last Thursday, and today is here to help us understand, demystify the secret strategy for you to back up your data, store it safely, so that in the event of an eventuality, you are able to rise up and continue with your business. But before I invite him to take us to the next level, I am right here with my co-pilot, and I want to invite her to also introduce to us and share the coordinates of our destination for our conversation today. Over to you, Karen.
Thank you so much, Enoch. It's yet another beautiful Thursday. Again, we're back with our guest, none other than Kali Kimanzi. Karibu sana, Kali. It's lovely to see you yet another day. So today, I'm Karen Njoki, your junior real estate consultant, and also your co-host for today's show. Today's show, I was thinking, in real estate, we think about location. But we've never asked about ourselves, where is our data? Where do we store our data? How do we back it? And I can't wait for Kali to take us through that segment. Yes.
Wow, that is my co-pilot right there. And the destination is, where is your data? We want to locate that data. And right here with our expert, Mr. Kali, would you kindly introduce yourself once again to our viewers, yes, and also share your expectations?
Okay, thank you. This is yet another beautiful segment. My name is Kali Kimanzi. I'm the CTO and CEO of Codex Safari. We do software development, and I'm also a data expert and cybersecurity. So for today is, last time, the last conversation was data is the new currency. You remember that's what we said. But now the biggest challenge is, now since it's the new currency, we should treat it like, every business should treat it as, it should treat it like cash or stock. Do you know what to do to your cash in business and stock? You count it, you store it, and when you store it, you also put a spare for the reinvestment in the business. That will be our conversation today, and I'll be glad to take you through backup, how you're able to back up your data, and also how you're able to store it, and how you can make sure, is this data safe? So that's our conversation. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We are really glad to have you once again. And having an expert in the building, it gives us so much confidence. For our viewers, those of you who are tuning in, this is none other than Kingdom Business Network. We are talking your business. We are talking about your wealth and your impact. Now, if you have gotten such a chance, an opportunity to interact with a specialist, make sure you use that number on your screen. Send us your question. Let us reach you with quality. Let us answer all that you have today. Kali, we are really glad to have you. You are a specialist, and you do so much with data protection. Today we want to start off by understanding yourself. Where do you even store your data? Before we dive into the SMEs that are really waiting to hear.
Yes, I store my data in different places. One, I have 2 cloud backups. I'll explain what cloud is, because you say cloud and people think it's magic. Sure. And I usually have physical copies. And also we have an offline storage that is somewhere along Mombasa Road. So because we deal with more than data for several clients in different sectors. So one of our biggest way of approaching where we store the data, we say, okay, now this is data that we have. Some clients usually tell me, but our data is only WhatsApp messages and M-Pesa statements. But that is your business data. So before we dive to them, mine, I don't want to mention specific vendors. Specifically, I have a Google Cloud, I have iCloud, and also I have Microsoft that I use entirely. It backs up the 2 storages. Some are in different sizes. For the Google Cloud, I have 2 terabytes of storage. For the iCloud, I have 2 terabytes. It's only Microsoft iCloud cloud storage that I have around 4 terabytes, because it backs up everything for me.
Wow.
Yes, very interesting.
I think that's very interesting. Karen can allude to that, because understanding that being a data specialist, you are diversifying your data storage places. And now I want us to take it now to the level of an SME, because so many businesses are excited out there. They want to understand, where do they start, So give us a structure, the tools, or probably where do we kick off?
Okay, we're going to create a framework like last time. Mm-hmm. First, every business must have, there must be 3 there are three ways. There are three ways that you have to do this, and you have. This is the foundation of where do you store your data. One is working copy. A working copy is daily transactions, and I will explain all of them, but I will mention them.
Yeah.
We list them, we explain them.
Yeah.
A working copy. When you move from a working copy, a protected copy, and also now we have now offline copy. How many are those? There are three. That's how every business should store its data. An SME, a way bigger business or a small, those are the most. That's the fundamental part about it. That's the foundation.
Yeah.
You lay the foundation first.
Yeah.
Where do you store your working copy? Your working copy is what we have in right now. What is happening in the business at that immediate moment.
Yeah.
That is your working copy. So where do you usually store your working copy? Is it on your laptop? Is it on your flash disk? Is it on all that? Is it on your iCloud? Is it on your Google Cloud, Google Drive, or is it on your Microsoft? Any vendor that you try to choose, that's where your working copy is. Now you move to the protected copy. Protected copy is the one in case of anything happens right now, and we need to continue with. Where is that working copy? Where is that protected copy? Yes, protected copy. You can put it this way: you have one cloud for working copy, and another one for a protected copy. The data that we've done today,
yes,
it is stored somewhere. It is stored somewhere else. It is backed up somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then now this other one is the one now we call now official backup. It's an offline one. It can be in a flash disk. It can be in an hard disk somewhere, but it is not within the working in the working premise. The working protected copy can stay within your premise.
Yeah.
The offline copy cannot stay there. You cannot put your spare key inside the house. Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's usually the approach. So the foundation is three key steps. So if you have any business as an SME, whether it's a salon, whether it's a kinyozi, whether it's a small shop, all those data that you are saying, oh, but my data is just an M-Pesa statement. That M-Pesa statement, make sure you export them. That WhatsApp conversation, numbers get burnt on WhatsApp. WhatsApp accounts get deleted and all that. So it means if that is affected, what is your plan? So always make sure you have from the working copy, you have the protected copy that you can have access to, and an offline copy that either in your house, it's somewhere else, or it's stored in a different or separate cloud.
Wow. I think that is very interesting. I know Karen has something to add.
I'm curious about the offline copy. Is it a hard copy, or how is it?
It can be hard copy, or it can be cloud copy. Because now that comes to the question of access. Yes, this offline copy. Just when I say offline copy, I mean it's not in your premise. It is not in your laptop. It is you've stored it somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Because for us, we have there is a client of ours that we've set for them an offline copy, and this is a physical copy in a storage along Mombasa Road. Physical copy that is done every week at the end of every week.
The other day, actually it was yesterday, I was doing a vibe check around people of my circle, and I was asking them, where do you store your data? And some said my phone, my sister's laptop, others said ukona Google. So I was wondering, how dangerous is that?
This comes to the point of the encryption part, and how have you protected it? Is it dangerous? Yes, it is, because you find in some people offering, we can offer storage for you, and you just go there. Even when you store in Google, if you don't put the right measures, you have to. It can be tampered with. It can be lost, because we've seen the cases whereby now we come to how do you protect it? How do you protect that copy that you've stored? Because storing it is one thing. Yeah. Having protecting it is another thing. If you put it on the Google, do you have a two-factor authentication? Because like passwords are hacked and everything. If someone hacks to your password, do they have a two-factor authentication?
Also, I'm very curious. You find you have a small team, like a business. One employee is using a Mac laptop, the other one is using maybe Lenovo, another one you're sharing messages on Telegram. Is that dangerous? Like all sources of information is from different devices. Is that a disaster cooking, or how would you advise business people? Should they use one gadget, one system, or it's okay to use different systems and it won't affect their data?
It's okay to use different systems, but there is now other things that we come to the technical part of that. So you realize like this one is using this one is using this, and then sometimes even people share passwords on. In a practical case of businesses, we share password. You say, oh, who has the password for this? It is shared via WhatsApp. So always now practice safe way of sharing sensitive information. So if it's password, there are things like there is applications called Vault that enable that you people can, or Bitwarden. So what Bitwarden ensures is that you can be able to share the data safely. Apart from one gadget, yes, you can even the data that is, let's assume the laptop of work here. The laptop of work here is stolen, or someone has stolen your laptop in a matatu, or you left it in an Uber and someone had unauthorized access. Do you have further measures? Do you have a BitLocker in that? BitLocker is an application called BitLocker to lock in your laptop. Do you have extra measures on the where business data is stored? Do you have extra measures? So it's about all the extra measures that you take. It's not about the platform. It's not about the gadget that you are using, but what extra measures have you taken? So, and then I always encourage people to use the popular vendors. The popular vendors, it means like the data is encrypted for everyone. Everyone has tested. Because other people are going to tell you, our platform is encrypted, but who has tested this? So when you put your data there, they start using it to train their AI and everything. All they are doing is taking your data and using it for their own purposes. So you have to make sure, if you are use the popular vendors, because like your data, you are sure it has been tested by millions of people, if not billions of people, to make sure like it's encrypted. If Google says our data is encrypted, nobody can have access unless you've given access, you've not taken the extra measures to protect it. It means that, because other external people are verified. But if a small company comes up or you find a company on the internet, they're offering a very cheap option to store your data. Now you need to ask yourself, do they have the encryption, and who has tested this?
Absolutely. I love the conversation. Those of you who are tuning in, I don't want to lose any of you. I hope you are following. An expert in the building is helping us decode where you need to copy your data. He talks about a working copy, that is in the premise of wherever you are operating from. He has talked about a protected copy. You need that second copy, just in case anything happens, and you really need to recover this. And then he talks about an offline copy, which is actually not in the very building or premise of your operation. That is very, very critical. Kimanzi, we are really moving at a very high speed, and I know that we are all on different levels. I know there's a business owner out there who's wondering, talking about all these copies, how do you then export? Because most people keep their data in either laptop or smartphone. I hear you've taken the conversation to CG Cloud, iCloud. What does that even mean? So how do you export or get to access such spaces?
Okay. Yes, now this is very critical. So every business, depending on the size of the SME, they make their decision based on what's our size. So how much data we store in, how much data do we need to store. And surprisingly, these options, they are very affordable. They are some are free. When you join Google, let's say for the Google Drive, which you sync with your device to make sure like the working copy is always in sync with the what's online and offline is already in sync. So we have the free tier. It has several tiers. We have the paid tier. We have the paid ones. So you don't have to move to the paid ones before you've exhausted the free tier. So I would start with the popular. What's popular? What's popular to most of our geographical region? We start with, everyone has used a Gmail. Mostly everyone has used Yahoo. Those are popular to us. Everyone has used Microsoft. Those are popular to us, and they offer all this information. So when you go to Google, you realize that they provide you with Google Drive. They provide you with a backup storage in your emails. So you start there. You don't have to go as an expert or anything. You start there. You say your working copy. I also make sure like this working copy, I've also installed, like if you're using Google, you've also installed the drive to be syncing all the information that you are doing on your premise, on your computer or your phone, because some people is on the phone. So if it's on the phone, make sure it's backed up. If it's your WhatsApp conversation, make sure all your WhatsApp conversation you have a backup in Google Drive. Because like it gives you that option. Go to WhatsApp, set it, you'll see backup somewhere.
Okay.
And then when you put it, download. When you go, if you're using Google, and if you're user of a Gmail, you go to App Store, you download Drive, and you say this Drive, let it sync everything that is on my device to Drive.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious because honestly, I use Google Drive. There is always you can lock some documents. Is it secure or am I lying to myself?
No, you're not lying to yourself.
So it's very secure.
It's very secure. But security sometimes it depends with what other measures. What measures have you taken?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We can say it's secure, but Mr. Enock has shared password with everyone. So, so you have to make sure, like, you take those extra measures.
Yeah.
And then now, this other part is where you create, now this second copy. Now you create a second copy. You say this second copy you create now, if it's another backup. You create a backup of a backup and a backup of a backup, because you need a working copy, which you've already working with one Google account. Now you create another, if you're storing on Google, or you've outsourced like Amazon services for that extra storage, or Microsoft services for backup, and now they provide that because they know you're going to have that issue. They provide a backup of a backup.
Okay.
And now this comes in one, more of like one package.
Yeah.
So now this is not something that you do every hour. This is something you do after a day, or you can say my frequency is weekly. Weekly is when I provide. Now I export all my data I take an evening on weekend and export the data for this week from the saved backed up copy now to the other backup that you don't touch after, that compounds after every 1 week.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's a very critical point you put. After understanding storage, then I believe we have now gone to the next layer of now backing up in a more comprehensive way. I don't know what you have in plan, because as you've said, I learned that you have to synchronize your data, whatever is coming in, synchronize it. And then you talked about now backup. Does it also have a different kind of approach to that in terms of, I mean, when someone has lost now the data, business has lost everything, your storages are all exploited, they are nowhere to be seen. What is the approach to now recovery?
Now, yes, now that's a very good conversation. We always say if you've never recovered any file that you've stored, your backup is a rumor.
It's a rumor.
It's a rumor. If you've never tried to, you see, most of the people say I have a backup.
Yeah.
And then they've never even a single day say, okay, there is a show we did. We can't find it. I can't find it on my laptop. Where could it be? If you've never done that, now you realize that your backup is a rumor. I always say do a 30 minutes drill. Assume you've lost all the data in the business and say, I want to have access in it within 30 minutes. It's a 30 minutes drill. It's not a complicated drill. That is when you test how is your backup working. That is when you test. And this is how you usually say, especially if it's, let's say, a small business, let's say a salon. A salon will say, I need data for last Tuesday. Sales for last Tuesday, this is the exact time. Now that is when now you are testing the backups that you've put in place. That's how you realize, do I have a recovery that is working?
Yeah.
Okay. And who has access to the recovery? And now it comes in 2 layers. You ask yourself, before you go to the recovery, you ask yourself, as a business owner, if I lose sales for 1 month, if I lose sales data for 1 month, if I lose customers data for 1 month, how much will I have how much will have I lost? And there is something else we always say. If you know all your data is in your laptop, and when that laptop is stolen, all the customer's data is gone, all the sales data is gone. Whatever you have in there is not a business. It's an hostage. It's an hostage situation that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
That's something that you should always know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you move to the second. How fast can I access data after I've lost it?
Absolutely.
And then now, who can recover it for me? And then sometime, with the case we saw with a few months ago, whereby the banks were attacked and they were being asked for money, ransom money, so that their data can be released. Then now that's where it comes in two ways. Before you start even saying, "Oh, should I pay them?" Because I've seen people, even businesses, even very small businesses, those guys, they manage to access via the internet and they lock the laptops and they start asking for ransom via the laptops. And then now people are like, should I pay? Because of some people, I remember there was a time they were asking me, should I pay? Then it's like, if you are paying, are you sure you are going to be returned that data? And then before you get to the point where you pay, you negotiate with someone or when your data is lost, do you have a backup? Now this is where you ask yourself, how much have you lost? Do you have a backup of that data?
Yeah.
Then before you make all those other decisions that follow.
Wow. This is a very, very critical discussion. I don't know what Karen has to say, but for our viewers, if there is any information you needed in a time like this, in a digital internet information age, is how do you store your data? How do you back up your data? And how do you even recover in an event of an eventuality, someone has taken your laptop, maybe a child or, someone has messed up with your phone or laptop. How do you get to access your data? Do you have to start all over again or you continue? That's the discussion that we are having. You are live on KBN, your business. We are talking your wealth and we are unpacking your legacy or impact. I don't know what Karen has to say.
Oh, just a tiny bit of question. Whenever you switch your phone, I've seen in WhatsApp, it asks you, do you want to back up your previous chat? Is it as simple as that when it comes to business? You just tap and your old chats come to your phone. Does it work like that or?
No, it's not so instant with businesses. It's not so instant. With business, you need to plan. You need to plan in those 3 steps. You need to plan on storage, and once you plan on storage, you plan on backup, and once you plan on backup, you plan on recovery as well. That's that. You see the way I told you, it's the new currency. So treat it the same way you treat your stock or cash.
Yeah.
You don't when you decide to when you store your cash, you decide, you even go and say, which bank where will I put it? Which bank do I feel is safe? You see, because this is your currency. This is
I feel
yes.
Yeah,
It's a critical. It's as critical as everything because today's business, if you remember last conversation, is driven by data. Today's business is driven by data. You don't depend on just walk-ins and everything. It's driven by data.
True.
Even my place where I get my clothes. So they took my number. They always remind me of a new store. And all that. So those are some of the things you treat it. Those are decisions that you make. And when you make your plan, okay. And in case of then now, because for the cash or the stock, because it's part of now this is like, if you're treating it like currency, where do you store it, and how safe is it? Those are the questions that you ask yourself. If you ask yourself the same things with money for your business, then that's the same thing you're supposed to ask yourself with the data for your business.
This is a very, I call it a surgical process right now, because if I can just do a random test and assessment of so many businesses, I want to, I assure you, 95% of the businesses today do not have the kind of plan that you have shared. I mean, for our viewers, if you attest to this, you agree, please let us know in the comment section, interact with us. And if you feel like this conversation is really helpful, saving, and worth sharing, please go ahead and share. And those of you who have not yet subscribed to Faith Today Television, please do ahead today. Today, let it be the day when you add value even as we share value. And we appreciate everyone wherever you are watching from. I know we are going to take a short break, and when we return, it's going to be a bit deeper and a bit more expansive, because we're going to have conversations around VPN, conversations around that public Wi-Fi whereby you have lost your laptop and then you're a bit tense. You get to access different, because you backed up, because you know how to recover, you're accessing different gadgets and you're exposing your data. Is that safe? I mean, in the next conversation, we want to go deeper and then give you a strategy on how to access your data in the digital age. You are watching Kingdom Business Network, and we are talking your business. We are discussing your wealth. We are talking about your impact and legacy. We are coming back in 2 minutes. Do not change that dial.
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at Jesse K Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practice, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in real healthcare settings, preparing them to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at Jesse K Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare, we empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our January and February intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. Jesse K Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
Welcome back to our second segment. You are live on Faith Today Television, and we want to appreciate all those who are tuning in from Nairobi, Murang'a, Kiambu, and those who are tuning in from the rest of the world. We celebrate you. We are talking about your business. We are talking about your wealth, and we're discussing your impact and legacy. In today's discussion, we are talking about data storage. We are discussing data backup and recovery. In the first segment, you can tell we had quite a number of highlighters for you as a business owner, as an SME, you need to take notice of. We gave you layers of data storage and backup, of course, from our expert right here. This discussion of number 2 is quite one that you don't want anyone to distract you, because stuff happens, you get to lose your data. How do you really, is it a knee-jerk reaction that you're going to take that access of, accessing public Wi-Fi, getting to call people? Who do you even call when you have lost data? That's a discussion that we want to unveil in this segment. And we also want to remind you to like this conversation and go ahead and share. And share, it really adds a value. It will also help us share this message of transformation out there. So, Kimanzi, when we took it off, you were to help us understand, because even in the Bible, Joseph had a principle that helped restore a nation. God gave him a dream. God gave a king a dream. Joseph was able to demystify it, whereby a country was going into a time of 7 years of plenty. You know, that is, for example, a business making money, making sales, getting in data, inquiries. I mean, the business is growing 3-5 years. But then later, 7 years, he says, is going to be a time
Disaster.
of, you know, a dangerous time of drought. No food, no nothing. Now, for a business, in the context of business, I would mean maybe that's when you lose your data. Someone has leaked your data, hacked into your systems. What is the process? Who do you talk to first? How do you recover? How do you even get to access this information? I think that is something that is critical, and we need it from an expert point of view. Take it away.
Yes, it's very important that last time I mentioned we have Office of Data Protection in Kenya. So some businesses might wonder who is supposed to have that certification, and when that happens, where are you supposed to report? Once you lose your data, point of discovery. After point of discovery, you're only given 72 hours.
72 hours.
72 hours.
Is that 3 days?
Yes.
By
yes,
the Office
that
of
is
Data
very
Protection
Okay.
to notify, to make a notification that says, that explains, this happened, my data was hacked into, and all this. So that even when you are sued, was the Office of Data Protection notified?
Notified.
Yes.
You're talking about communication.
Yes.
Established contact.
Yes. Now you start there.
Mm-hmm.
So you make sure like you've notified, you explain the incident. In data, when things happen in data, we call them data incidents. They are referred to as incident. You explain your incident. Say this and this, my data for probably the customer was leaked, or it was accessed, or other things that even something very simple, like you had an employee,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and Enock leaves Face Today TV, and when Enock leaves with several shows that were in his possession in his laptop, or even an employee, let's say, is a small bit, it's an SME in the sector of, let's say, sales, lives with the Excel format. Where do they have access to that? Right. Those are the things that happen. Those are some of the incidences that you don't expect, but they happen.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of they are very simple, and some other, even to the extreme measures, a fire incident.
Yeah.
A fire incident happens.
Mm-hmm.
So all these incidents that happen around data, you have to make sure, like, if its data is lost in any way, you notify the Office of Data Protection. Because, like, Office of Data Protection ensures that all businesses with turnover of more than 5 million or more than a staff of 10 staff, they must have them. It's a mandatory for them to have that certificate of compliance.
Yeah.
And if it's not that, there are sectors that it's a must. Schools, it doesn't matter whether the turnover is of 10 shillings or it's of how many millions, they must have. Health, any clinic must have the compliance for data protection. Any.
Yeah,
You see-
because
you see-
they're processing people's biodata every day.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are very critical.
Yeah.
So who do you talk to once you lose your data? You make a notification to the Office of Data Protection, and then now you proceed now to your internal drill, and you call it the 30 minutes drill. You start with your my working copy is gone. Now let me try to access my protected copy.
Protected copy before you go to the offline copy.
Oh, before you go to the offline copy.
I thought the protected copy is within the same.
No, protected copy, it can be within, but and also it cannot. You also have to make sure that it's a spare for you. This is for you. This is a spare for you. The
backup
offline
of a
one is
backup.
what now really stores after a week or a month. You put now your protected copy. You put a copy of that in the somewhere else where it can be accessed.
Okay.
So you have these 3 layers to shield yourself. Okay. We usually say data recovery is more of like this data backup that you do is the kind of insurance that you never want to go to. Is that one insurance you don't want to go to cash in, All the other insurance you want to cash it, but on this one of data recovery, because it can be quite painful. So you have to make sure like those 3 layers are there. And in an event that those 3 layers are there, then it means you had not done data backup. Yes.
So, Karen, I know this discussion is also touching you, being operated a salon before and then in the real estate. I know you can tell this is very important for every business to understand that, okay, involving the authorities is also something that is, important, because we have seen people who misuse our data. Someone has gained access and then they use it against you or something. They're claiming for a ransom or something like that. So having these measures in place is very critical. Kali, help us understand also the process of now recovery or even access, because I know there are people who are smart. Yes, they are able to store their data somewhere, maybe on cloud or what's the other form you said?
You can store. You can store either in the cloud. They can come all of them. It doesn't matter which of the vendors.
Okay.
Whether it's from Microsoft, whether it's from Apple, whether it's from Google, that's okay. And then the other one that you usually make sure is your Sureway. You also have now a flash disk.
Absolutely.
A flash disk of your own. This is something, is a physical copy that you know what, I usually have a flash disk somewhere in the drawer in the house. This is usually for a now this is kind of my offline, in case everything even fails. Let's say there is a disaster in the data centers, and because like when you say cloud, people think it's magic. No, cloud, it means it's someone else's computer that you are renting to store yours, to store your data. So if the big companies have the access, access and everything.
Yeah.
Now that's where we rent their space. It's someone else's computer you are renting, not yours now. Yours is there.
Yeah. Speaking of renting another person's space or computer, let's say cloud, the question is now this person is in panic mode. Yes, you've sent the notification. Some people even forget to contact the authorities, and then they intend to probably access maybe cloud somewhere on a public Wi-Fi or a different laptop, which is not part of their protected, we call it protected window.
Yeah.
So is that safe for me to access a public Wi-Fi or use another gadget? You get the point? To access my data, just to be sure, okay, I have it backed up. I can even recover it. Is it, what's the approach?
Business data, I'm always against accessing it on public Wi-Fi. No matter how simple you think it is, I'm always against accessing it on any public network. Because I know that panic, even when you lose your phone, let's say you even lose your phone, the first thing you come is in panic mode. Do I have so and so's contact? Use it from that approach. You realize like some people, you call people and they're like, who is this? Is there no? Oh, I lost my phone or my kid was playing with this and all that. So it means from a very simple perspective, they did not have a backup. So business data, don't access it on the public Wi-Fi. I will always be against that. No matter how much you've panicked and everything, give yourself a space to breathe, especially when in an incident. Sometimes it could be a fire incident, sometimes it could be, even a break-in, whereby, because like some businesses, what they do is they get an offline POS that is running very perfect on their business, and they have a working copy that is very safe. But they wake up in the morning and there is a break-in and someone stole everything that was there, all the equipment and everything. What does that happen to them? You see, all this is something that is critical. Okay. So, and then now that is the point where you talk also now to an expert. That point of data recovery. If you realize like you did not put the foundation of a working copy, a protected copy, and an offline copy. Now that's where you talk to an expert. You get an expert on opinion, depending on your case, because cases are different.
Okay.
Yes.
I can remember last time you mentioned a certain company who deals with the recovery of data. Can you remind our audiences again?
Yeah, it's called East Africa Data Atlas. It's also along Mombasa Road as well. So they deal with data recovery, and also Codex Safari, we deal with data recovery. Yeah.
So to our viewers, in case you have lost your data, you can reach out to Codex Safari or East Africa
Data Handlers.
Data Handlers.
East Africa data handlers, all codecs,
Safaris.
and we are right here. I know time is not on our side, but we do not want to lose any of our viewers. I know that you have sent in your questions. Make sure that you do using that number on your screen. So let me check that out. But bottom line, you get to understand that from an expert point of view, you don't have to access your information or data trying to recover it using a gadget that is from outside the premise, the framework of your data recovery, be it public Wi-Fi. Do not panic. In other words, Kali is saying, do not panic. Take the rightful steps that you need for you to access this data, because you are already cool, you know. You are relaxed, you know it is backed up. You don't have to access it anywhere. You may even cause more harm than good. So I hope that you're getting value from this, and I want to see those who are following in. Maxwell from Githurai, thank you so much, Maxwell. I hope you have liked this conversation. I hope that you have also shared this link with your family members. They need to know this. Yeah, some of you are storing family data, and it's only one person who has access to that data. So this is something that you need to prioritize this very day, you know. Maxwell, thank you so much. I see Alex, I see Beatrice. Thank you, Beatrice from Ruiru. And then Patricia. All right, so Maxwell says from Githurai, is all data necessary to back up, or it has to be filtered? I repeat, is all data necessary to back up, or it has to be filtered? On that note, I feel just backing up all data is safer. How do I go? I think this person needs really quality time. I hope you got the question.
Yes, I got the question.
Yes, so many questions in one.
Yes. All business data is necessary data.
So nothing should be
taken
lightly.
Yeah, the only thing you should do is now you arrange to the level of access. Who has access to what? Right? There is someone who has access to sales. There is someone who has now access to the overall everything that is happening. So when it comes to business data, it's a matter of how sensitive is the information. So all data in business is necessary to store it. And then now you have to, in terms of filtering, is just filter on access, not filter on what to store. You store everything, but you filter on who has access to what. If Kate is responsible for communications and marketing, let them access only marketing related data. Okay. Because what are they doing with the overall performance of the company, the financial part of the. If you are not an accountant, what's your purpose of accessing marketing data?
Exactly.
So that you filter on access when it comes to business data.
Access critical, access non-negotiable. Maintain your line. Alignment very key. We have another one coming in from Alex. Genuinely speaking, how prepared are SMEs in Kenya to recover their data following cyber attacks, system failures, or accidental data loss? Will businesses follow through to the end to recover my data? I think Alex is excited, so I don't know if you got the question.
I got the question. And SMEs, most of SMEs are not ready. And I usually tell SMEs, even WhatsApp is not backup. You see, people think WhatsApp is database. WhatsApp is not database. And that is what most businesses in Kenya right now. If they lose that work phone, I can give you a very simple case with our laundromat. A laundromat, for some reason, they lost the phone that they communicate with us. And all of a sudden, they had lost all of us. Because the communicators, yes, they were like, no, we're coming again, we have been signed up again. And then I was advising the owner there, WhatsApp is not a database for backup. It's not backup. And that is what SMEs think. Yeah. I have all my customers on WhatsApp. I'll be texting them. Then now there is this thing that WhatsApp is doing is banning data numbers and then it burns number, it need to be verified, and within that period, they don't have access to us anymore.
Absolutely.
We are not getting offers, we are not getting, and it was a very simple case scenario. It is it's a laundromat where we take out clothes and all that. It's not really big, but they thought like their only data is WhatsApp. So always keep a copy.
Always keep a copy. It doesn't matter the size of your business.
Yeah.
We are getting this from an expert here. I know Karen is preparing that quick fire, and before we get it, we have Beatrice here. Beatrice Harper from Ruiru. She says, what are the major challenges affecting the adoption of cloud storage by SMEs in Kenya? I want to be prepared before I start doing this.
The major challenge is lack of information, and we are in the digital evolution in Africa, and our adoption sometimes it depends. It's far, the mobile, when we moved from the telephone lines to the mobile phone, that was like more within a year or 2 or 3, the whole of Africa was that. But now when it comes to this, it's how it is being presented. At first it was sold. It was more of like a sold solution. People don't realize they are free options before you start paying for it, right? And now that's where people feel like, oh, when I need data backup, so how much am I paying? No, before you ask how much am I paying, what are your options? How much of the data are you storing? That's the question. Because like most of the business daily transactions, they are not so huge, but they are necessary. And you realize like the 10 GB or 15 GB that Google gives you, it's more than enough for most of the SMEs in Kenya, and it's free.
And people are not utilizing it.
And they are not utilizing it, and it's free now. It's more of like take an effort. I think lack of information. You see this conversation we have in here. Not every business person, not most of the business people have not heard that. Oh, you mean I can back up my data for free? Most people don't know that. They think they hear of data backup, and now they start thinking, data centers. Those things must cost millions of money for me, or my business is not yet there. No, your business is there, and free tier options are there for your business. It's only that people now lack the information. People don't know, where do I start, where am I backing up. So now you already know, when you do a Google search, you realize, I can store my data. I've been given it free by Google. Okay. And people just use it for emails, and they forget they can use it for they can use it to back up their data daily.
All right. I think that's why we have you here. You're really doing a good service. Yeah. We are really honored. That is Kali for you, the expert in the building. He has specialized in data protection. He is also an expert in cyber security. He's talking about Codex Safari. If you need more information, you need the technical help, right now, right here, I know he will be sharing his contact. Okay, questions are coming in. I see John Mwadon. All right. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. As you do, please also remember to subscribe. Don't miss that. Face the Television is touching lives. We want to really touch more lives with your help. Lewis Gidai watching on Facebook. Thank you so much, Lewis. Great conversation. He is a great leader, rising up like a lion. I hope you check him out. Very great friend. And Eddie Dumu from Facebook. Thank you so much, Eddie. I know it's a family affair here. It's something that you don't miss this. We really celebrate you. He's in diaspora, but is a very good follower. I want to send shout outs to John Mwadon. Thank you so much, John. You're a great friend. He says, Kali, he is saying, wonderful conversation. Thank you so much. Okay, he's also having a question. Do I want to take this question? Because of time, let me see if I will be able to navigate this with a quick fire. You have a quick fire?
Yes, we do have a quick fire.
Mount it, and then we see if we're able to navigate this time.
Kali, are you ready for a quick fire?
Yes. I mean, nobody's always ready for quick fire, but you should. We try.
So we have Dropbox, then we have Google Drive and iCloud. Which one do you actually trust with serious business data?
All of them.
All of them?
Dropbox is usually more of my offline storage. Yeah, and Google Drive keeps most of my working copies. They are all in sync on Google Drive. So Dropbox is I like the options they give to us and how persistent they can be. And then the other, I'm never worried about exposing my data anywhere else because Dropbox is specialized for storage. You see, Google has so many other moving products that sometimes you might interact with it a lot. You might touch a copy, you might touch a copy there, you might do all those other things. But with Dropbox, I always keep a copy of all the information that we have in Dropbox.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Lovely, lovely. So we have someone emails you your own business documents from an unknown address. What just happened?
Yes, people always spoofing. And it's very simple. There are ways that you might not expose yourself, but people know people will look at how our email look like and say, that guy is called Enock. Okay, Enock Faith TV. Okay, Enock Faith TV at gmail.com, and they just sent you.
Faith Today.
Faith Today TV. They just sent. They are hoping, that might go.
And
Right?
it goes.
Yeah, and it goes. And then you receive it and you realize, okay. So they always gathering information around you and trying to see ways that, because they're evolving. Crime is evolving as fast as the society is evolving.
About spoofing, can you say it's similar to, because I've seen some of my friends lose money where you receive an SMS from, hi tenant, you are supposed to switch from paying your rent from this number, we have changed from. So is this the same way? Is this the same thing?
Yes.
Talk about it. How do they even know?
So you see, they always gather information. Sometimes even something like they even go to even buildings. Someone goes to where we sign when we enter in buildings, and they even take a picture of that because some of the buildings don't store the data digitally. You write your name, you write your number, you write your ID number.
Yes.
And now there are so many points of collecting someone's information.
Do you think some of those bosses are leaking our information?
Sometimes unknowingly.
It's accidental, yeah.
Sometimes
And it's lack of ignorance on how they store our data, and now that is usually the challenge.
Yeah, matter of ignorance, and I think that's why we have this discussion. I mean, for our viewers, because of time, I know the quick fire could go longer, but we don't want to stress so much. Our guest here would want to get parting shots from my co-pilot here. I hope you have gotten value from this conversation, but feel free to send in your question using that number on your screen. Once we are able to tunnel it to the rightful people to give you an answer.
Thank you so much, Enoch. Thank you, Kali, for being with us today. I want to part my shot with Proverbs 21, verse 5. It says, the plans of the diligence lead to profit, but haste leads to poverty. We are so busy chasing growth that we forget to protect what we are already building. Your data is not just about files, it's about your revenue, your reputation, and your clients. So back it and secure it. Goodbye. Thank you for watching KBN.
Awesome. Diligence. Being intentional.
True.
That is it from my co-pilot. Right now we can get a parting shots from our expert here, and feel free to share your contact just in case someone wants to reach you.
So today I leave you with an assignment. First, know where your data lives. Second thing today, make sure you keep 3 copies of your data. And then this month specifically, test restore of your data. I'm Kimanzi. I'm from Codex Safari. We can be found by codexsafari.com, or you can reach us on 0725 288679. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Kali. That has been a very awesome discussion. We've gotten so much value, and send our regards to Codex Safari team. Thank you so much. I know you guys have also tuned in. Thank you so much for all our viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Faith Today Television. We are talking about your business. We are talking about your wealth. We are discussing your impact and legacy. And my takeaway today is store your data. Treat it as an asset. Store it wisely. Protect it deliberately, and plan to recover this data. Now, until we meet next time, build wisely and grow with integrity. Until next time. God bless you.